Let's do our makeup for a Renaissance fair. I've done very little research on the inspo for this, but all I know is that it's light on the eye makeup, it's heavy on the powder, and maybe a little heavy on the blush as well. We're gonna be out in the sun all day, so I'm using my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Foundation. Because we're going lighter on the eyes today, I do want to spend a little extra time on my base. To just cover my blemishes, I'm using the Hourglass Concealer in Sienna. This is a more skin tone concealer for me. Under my eyes, I'm also using a Hourglass concealer, but I'm using it in a lighter shade. This shade is Sepia, and I'm putting that all around my eye. We're just going with it. I don't know if this is a tutorial yet. Now I'm gonna go in with my first layer of powder. I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier banana powder. I'm just putting that all over my skin. Just set our face. I'm gonna do one layer of setting spray too. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows the regular way, but have them a little bit thicker. For the eyebrows, I'm using the Morphe eyebrow pencil in Cold Brew. And then I'm just using the Anastasia brow gel to set them and make them look more natural. I want them to be a little bit darker, so I'm using the NYX micro brow pencil in Brunette. I love this one for just like finishing touches before I give myself a unibrow, which unibrows are beautiful, but just not for this look right now. I'm going back in with that skin tone concealer and then just kind of carving my brows out. I think it'll just give it a cleaner look. We're going in with the Say Liquid Contour. I'm going to try to make all this kind of stand out today because, like I said, with light eye makeup, I think the base deserves to be heavy. And we're doing this together, so I don't even know if it's going to achieve what I'm trying to, but we'll see. My goal is for my blush to match my nails if possible, so let's try to make that happen. First, I'm gonna go in with Rare Beauty Nearly Berry in the Pod Blush. All the inspo I saw was super heavy with the blush, so we're gonna be generous. Now I think I'm gonna mix these two e.l.f. liquid blushes together. This one's in Pinky Promise, and then this one is in Suave Mauve. These are super pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. If you've seen my other makeup videos, you see that I use these all the time. This color scares me all the time, so I never use it alone. I always try to use it with a color that does suit my skin tone, so it neutralizes it well, and then it ends up mixing together pretty well. That's pretty close. We're not done with the blush yet. We're gonna come back to it, but I see my under eyes creasing, so I'm gonna add another layer of concealer here. I'm gonna use Morphe Brightening Pink setting powder this time to set the under eyes, just because I am trying to establish a rosier look. While my under eyes are setting, I'm gonna use the Tartelette in Bloom eye palette. I've had this literally forever. And I'm gonna go in with Sweetheart and just put that as my base. Okay, that kind of did nothing, but that's the point because we're trying to be light on the eye makeup anyway. Then on the inner lid, I'm using Rocker from that same palette, and I'm just adding some shimmer. And I'm going back with Sweetheart and just going over that shimmer a little bit just so there's no harshness. I do want my eyes to look a little bit more open, so I'm going to use a little bit of Rebel just a little under my lower lash line. Now I'm going in with the NYX Professional Makeup Jumbo Eye Pencil in white, and then I'm just going to put that on top of that layer of Rebel I just did. And then I'm also going to put this in my inner corners a little bit. Use my finger to blend in those two colors. Curling my lashes for mascara. For mascara, we're gonna use the brown Too Faced Better Than mascara. Normally do black, but because we're doing a lighter makeup look, we're just trying to enhance the eyes a little bit. I'm just going to wipe away some of that setting powder now. Now we're gonna bronze a little bit. For that, I'm using this NYX palette, Tried and True, and I'm just going to recontour my nose a little bit. Cheekbones, forehead. I'm gonna use the lightest contour shade on the palette and just contour my lip. I'm going back to that Tartelette palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Activist, which is the dark brown color, and just add a tiny little wing there. Now I'm going in with a little bit more blush. This is the SheGlam blush in a Love Cake. This is really close to the color of my nails. Adding a little black to that inner corner. I like to bring my natural moles back to the surface, so I'm just using a purple eye pencil. I feel like that just makes it look the most natural right here. Last thing is gonna be lips. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. lip pencil in soft pink. That lip pencil color is a little bit too light for me right now, probably because I tanned. I'm also gonna go in with the mauve. I'm trying to do a lighter lip for this because I saw that like the Renaissance-y lips are super light and I don't know, just more natural tones. I'm using the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Venus. So I think this achieves like the volume I'm trying to achieve with the lips, but to bring some definition back on where my lip starts and ends, I'm using the CoverGirl Lip Stain in Natural Blush. Now we're gonna go in with our last layer of setting spray. Lastly, we're going in with NYX Professional Makeup Butter Gloss. This is in the color Butterscotch. And because I'm crazy, I'm also going to use some NARS Dolce Vita blush to just top it all off. Okay, so I think this is going to be the finished makeup for the Renaissance look. I know it looks a little bit iffy given it's not my everyday makeup look, but I think with the outfit it might come together. So go to the next video for that.